Oh shit. Fuck yeah. Alright, so here it is. The Dewalt Flexvolt brushless 60 volt max. Let's take a look at the back of the box real quick. Now, if you don't know what the Flexvolt series is, it's 60 volt max for the specialized tools, which quote unquote gives you the power of a corded tool, but I think it's actually it actually delivers more like 54 volts, which is still a lot more power than any other tool I've heard of off a battery. But they call them Flexvolt because you can actually go from 60 volt. You can take these batteries and put them in your 20 volt tools, and they will run for days, guys. Let me tell you, this isn't my first Flexvolt. I bought my old man some for Father's Day, and I wish I would have got some because I'm telling you, these things are badass. But the Sawzall, 1 1/8 inch stroke, which is that's pretty it's pretty standard these days. The variable speed trigger with 3,000 strokes per minute, which that's not any more than the standard Dewalt Sawzall. It's a little bit more than the compact Sawzall that they came out with about a year ago, the XR, a year or two ago. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't have the 4-position keyblade like some of them have. The older one has, the XR has, which I never used it anyways. But yeah, so you can only put the blade in the vertical down or vertical up position. You can't go side to side like in some of the older models, but I don't think it's a really big deal. But yeah, let's get into this bad boy. Yeah, it comes with a 3-year limited warranty and a free year of service, 90-day money-back guarantee. So if I don't like it, I haven't had a chance to use it obviously yet, but I will be taking it to work tonight and hopefully breaking her in. So we'll have more about that. I can tell you, look, it's 7.8 pounds. I think that's the tool only. Let me tell you, this box, when I picked it up, it's got some weight to it. It was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, all right, so it comes with a handbag, and they went ahead and put all the tools in there, so that's kind of annoying. I gotta take them all out. But first impressions, this thing is heavy. I mean, it feels heavier than a corded Sawzall to me, and that's without the battery, and the batteries aren't exactly light either. So that is definitely a drawback, but at the same time, when cutting through some heavier metal like stainless, a little bit of extra weight will keep the vibration down, give you a steadier cut. So I'm not sure if that's a pro or a con yet. We'll take a closer look at the Sawzall later. I just want to go through everything that comes with it. Okay, of course, the bag, which I have a tool case that I use, so I don't think I'll really be using the bag. Giveaway question mark. Anyways, it comes with 2 of these 60 volt batteries, which for 317 bucks you can't beat. I'm basically getting the batteries for about 60 bucks, I think, and they're easily $100 batteries. So yeah, those got some weight to them too, but I like a little weight on the batteries. It keeps the bottom of the tool down, keeps the torque from twisting the impact or whatever you're using them in, hammer drill. And then these fast chargers, these things are the shit right here. These batteries, they charge up in I'd say about 15 minutes, not very long at all, 15-20 minutes. But if you have a standard like 1.5 amp battery, it'll charge it up in no time, 5 minutes. And the 5 amp batteries, the standard 20 volt 5 amp batteries, same thing, about the same run time, or charge time actually. And these are 6 amp 60 volt batteries, and like I said, they do go between the 60 volt and the 20 volt. I've used them in my 20 volt grinder, and it just makes it so it doesn't necessarily feel like it has more power in a 20 volt tool, but the runtime in something like a Sawzall, which goes through batteries like crazy, or your grinder that also will eat through any batteries, it makes it last a lot longer. You can get a good hour of runtime, honestly, out of a grinder with solid use. The battery itself comes with a travel cover. It just slips right on like that. Keep the insides getting from damaged or dust in them or whatever. I think it's pretty handy. They do actually make a 9 amp 60 volt battery, and this is just the 6. The 9 amp is quite a bit more expensive, and it's probably worth the money though, but they just didn't have a kit with the 9 amp batteries. So yeah, there's the battery. Pretty hefty. I don't know if they came charged. Of course, it has a charge meter on it. Nope, did not come charged, so I'm gonna have to charge these up, but boom, fast charger, won't take long at all. Okay, now let's take a look at the Sawzall. And again, I just gotta stress you, this thing is a monster. It's heavy, but once you actually start looking at it, compared to the older Sawzalls, this thing is just a beast. You can look at it and just tell it's built so much better. All metal insides. This rubber grip right here, I mean, it's hefty. You got actually a little bit of grip there, so that's going to be durable. You're just not going to rip that off like some of the older Sawzalls. Now brushless, that's becoming more of the standard these days. You're seeing a lot more brushless tools, and of course better run time on them than the standard motors. Also more efficient power. Comes with a LED light right there on the blade. It did also come with a small wood blade, bimetal 6 TPI. Now to put the blade in, keyless. I haven't seen a keyed Sawzall in fucking years, so that's pretty standard. As I said earlier, it does not have the 4-way position on the blade. It can either go down or it can go up, which is sort of a setback, but it's not too big of a deal for me. I never really used the 4-way position anyways, but with a Sawzall this big, it's quite a bit bigger than my old Sawzall. It's going to be harder to get it in tight spaces, and me being a duct mechanic, I do a lot of demolition in existing buildings, a lot of tight spaces up in the ceiling, so I don't know, that's sort of a drawback for me, how big it is. Hopefully it works out. Look at that width on the motor. This thing is a monster. She's got a fat booty, guys. She's got a big old fat booty. Okay, so this is the old Sawzall compared to my new Sawzall. I mean, and you can see there's just a huge size difference in the two. That foot booty on her and this slim thing here. I don't have too many complaints about the old 20-volt Sawzall. I got about 3.5 years out of it, and I guess the linkage finally broke for the actual reciprocator. So yeah, I knew it was going to happen eventually. I've been cutting a lot of water pipe with water in it, so there's a lot of rust going on in there, which is something I'm worried about with this, because it's all metal inside, but it seems to be a little bit better built. And then the 20-volt 5-amp battery next to the 6-amp 60-volt battery. A big difference there as well. Alright, so I just charged up the batteries. Took about half an hour a piece, which isn't too bad considering the size of them. And I'm pretty sure it has something to do with it being the first time charging them and all. So, yeah, that about wraps it up. This is just sort of give you the stats and everything on it. General thoughts. Going to get some more use of it. Not tonight. I got to get to work. So, sort of running out of time here. Yeah, no, I'm definitely looking forward to this Sawzall, guys. It's going to make my life a lot easier, hopefully. Big upgrade compared to old school here. Which you can see, yeah, I beat the dog shit out of this fucking Sawzall. But that's what it's for. So, I mentioned earlier, this bag, I don't really think I'm going to be using it very often. So, I'm thinking, if I can get 20 likes, 20 comments from 20 different people, I will pick somebody out of the comments section, give you this nice tool bag. Dewalt makes pretty solid tool bags. They last. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Sawzall, and hopefully more from me in the future. Peace.